You sit in the car, engine off, hands gripping the steering wheel like it's the only thing anchoring you to this moment. You stare at the building, not cold, not cruel, just unfamiliar in the most familiar way. Your stomach knots, your breath shortens. You wonder if they'll smile when they see you. Wonder if they'll run into your arms like they used to, or if they'll look away, unsure of who you are now. In your mind, you replay everything. The smell of their shampoo, the way they said, "Watch this." With pure pride, the middle of the night whispers for water, a hug, anything. You remember it all. And now, you sit here with memories in your chest, and only 1 hour ahead. That room inside, it's small, quiet, just 2 chairs, a few shelves with toys, and someone sitting in the corner with a clipboard. They aren't mean, they aren't warm either, just present, watching, not judging, but still recording. And it's strange being watched while trying to be the parent you used to be in private moments that no one else saw. You've never needed permission to love your child before. Now everything feels like a performance, but your heart doesn't know how to act. Still, you breathe, you stand, you walk in, because despite the pain, despite the fear, despite how far this is from your dreams, you are here. And that, in this moment, is everything. There's something no one tells you during the custody battle, that winning doesn't feel like winning, and losing doesn't feel like defeat. It just feels heavy. The custodial parent carries the visible weight, the daily structure, the school forms, the packed lunches, the back and forth to practice. You become the anchor, the everyday. But even that stability can feel like a cage when you're also carrying hurt. You make every decision while balancing what's best for your child with what still hurts inside. People call you strong, but they don't see the breakdowns behind the bathroom door after bedtime. And for the non-custodial parent, there's a different ache. You become a background character in your own child's story. The texts that go unanswered, the birthdays celebrated without you, the milestones you only hear about later. You hold memories in your hands like glass, afraid that if you squeeze too tight, they'll shatter. And in the middle of this divide is a child, just a child, one who doesn't care about court dates or custody terms, one who just wants both parents to be proud of the same drawing, one who wants to know they're still whole, even in 2 homes. Sometimes your child walks in without making eye contact. Sometimes they pick up a toy and ignore you completely. You smile anyway. You ask questions anyway. You feel the sting in your chest, but you stay calm. Because what you're seeing, it's not hate, it's hurt. It's fear wrapped in silence. They've heard things they didn't understand, but they felt the weight of every word. They've watched tension rise like smoke in rooms they didn't have the power to leave. And now, they're just trying to protect themselves the only way they know how, by keeping distance. It's hard, this part. The part where love doesn't look like affection, where progress doesn't come with a smile. But underneath the silence is a child who remembers the love. They just don't know if it's safe to reach for it again. They don't know if you'll stay, if things will change, if the pain will stop. And so they test the space, they push, they withdraw. And your job, the hardest job, is to stay steady, to let them feel what they feel without running away, to show them, again and again, that love doesn't leave, even when it's quiet, even when it hurts. Your child is not your messenger. They are not your voice in the courtroom, your shield against pain, your therapy session in miniature form. They are a child, a person still becoming. When they hear you say things like, "Your mom always lies," or "Your dad doesn't care about you," they don't hear facts. They hear identity. They absorb those words like rain in soil, and those seeds grow into confusion, shame, and guilt. They don't know who to believe, only that someone must be wrong, and sometimes they think it's them. Instead of weaponizing their presence, use it as an invitation to peace. Let your time with them be about them. Ask about their favorite show, what they're learning in school, what made them laugh this week. Let them draw, let them be messy, let them be small and silly and loud and full of joy without carrying your pain on their back. Every visit is a chance to rewrite the story they've been told. Show them what love looks like when it's safe, when it's patient, when it's not trying to win. Because one day, they'll tell the story of their childhood, and how you loved them, even through conflict, will be the part they hold on to. Some weeks they cry when they see you. Some weeks they cling to your hand and don't want to leave. Other weeks they barely speak, eyes down, answers short. You drive home and wonder if you're making it worse, if you're good enough, if it's worth it. But this isn't failure. This is what trauma looks like in a child's body. It's grief trying to find words. It's fear in motion. You are not here to fix it all in a day. You are here to build a pattern of presence. And that, in time, becomes the healing. Healing doesn't happen in breakthroughs. It happens in the showing up, in the consistency, in the quiet repetition of love. You may not see the change immediately. You may not hear "I missed you" or "I love you" for a while. But those moments are coming, and they will be built on the foundation you're laying now. It's okay to cry after the visit, to feel frustrated, confused, helpless. But don't stop. Keep coming. Keep being there. Because in a life full of broken promises, your presence is the one thing your child can learn to count on again. To the custodial parent, you do everything. The morning rush, the late night fevers, the math homework, the questions that feel too big for any one person to answer. You show up, even when you're exhausted, even when you're grieving. And now, the system asks you to do one more impossible thing: trust. Trust that this space is safe. Trust that your child won't be hurt again. Trust a person who may have caused deep wounds. That trust isn't blind, it's brave. It takes strength to loosen your grip when all you've done is hold things together. Letting your child walk through that door isn't weakness. It's love in its most sacrificial form. You are showing them that peace is possible. That family can look different and still be full of care. You are modeling maturity, forgiveness, and patience in a world that rarely honors those things. We see your quiet strength. We see the courage it takes to sit in that waiting room while your heart walks into another space. You are not invisible. You are vital. And your love, steady, fierce, unshaken, is the anchor in your child's storm. You didn't picture this. Needing appointments to see your own child. Having someone else decide if you're allowed to hug them. Being told how to parent when once you were the one who tucked them in every night. You never imagined this would be your path. But here you are. And that counts for something. Because many don't show up. Many let pride, pain, or shame win. But you didn't. You got up. You came. Every visit, every minute you choose love over ego. You're rewriting your child's story. You're showing them what redemption looks like. That even when things fall apart, they can be rebuilt. Not overnight, but over time. Visit by visit, word by word, hug by hug. You may feel like the whole world is watching your mistakes, but your child, they're watching your effort, your consistency, your heart. And one day they'll say, "They never gave up on me," and that story, that's everything. This isn't the end of your story, not even close. This is the turning point, the moment you decide how the next chapters will be written. The work doesn't stop with supervised visitation. In many ways, it's just beginning. The work of learning to communicate without fire, of sitting in discomfort without lashing out, of choosing peace even when it's painful. That's not just for your child, that's for you too. Because you deserve to heal, you deserve to grow. You have the power to break cycles, to change the narrative, to become the kind of parent you needed when you were young. This journey won't be perfect. There will be missteps and setbacks. But keep going. Keep choosing the hard, beautiful work of love. Because showing up even when it's humbling, even when it's supervised, is how we rebuild what was broken. And in that rebuilding, your child will see something sacred. That love, when chosen again and again, is the most powerful thing in the world. The hour ends too soon. It always does. You hear the gentle knock, the soft reminder, time's up. Your child looks at you, maybe with a smile, maybe with tears, maybe still guarded. And just like that, it's time to let go again. No parent should have to become skilled at goodbyes. But you are. You've learned how to smile even when your chest aches. Learned how to wave with warmth while your heart whispers, "Please don't forget me." You kneel down, meet their eyes, and say something simple. "I love you. I'll be here next time." It may feel small, but it's everything. Because each goodbye is not an ending, but a bridge to the next visit. A promise wrapped in presence. You're showing them that love isn't measured in hours or court orders. It's measured in return, in coming back again and again. As you walk back to your car, the silence greets you again. But it's different now. It doesn't just hold pain, it holds purpose, and maybe even hope. Because you're not walking away, you're walking forward. Toward the next visit, toward healing, toward a new story, still being written. One where love stays,